Oh my god, this is crazy!
Middleofnowheregaming.com. Everybody go to that website. Say we sent you.
Yeah, get that traffic
I bet they're really good at Minecraft. They're probably the antithesis of us.
This is the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast.
Welcome into episode 61 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Osborne.
Did you forget your name?
No, I was like, should I do the last names again? Or for the first time? Because Miles and I had a conversation about his last name last time. And
speaking of which, is it Levi or Levi? Like the jeans.
It's never Levi. Never Levi. No one has ever been named Levi spelled like that. Like, that's not a name. It's
I'm sure
Levi.
There's gotta be somebody.
Yeah, maybe like somebody from the UK or something. Like, I don't know. Maybe they pronounce it weird.
It's still somebody.
So were you named after the gene?
No.
Oh, okay.
Wow, that was a bad question though.
But, yeah, it's
I
Levi.
don't know. I don't know many Levies.
It's Levi. Duh, exactly. Why would you ask then? So, as you can tell, I am joined by my two co-hosts, Lou.
Hi, guys.
And Miles.
Farrington.
I'm just one name. I'm just Lou.
Well,
You are not sure.
I didn't even give you guys the nicknames this time. That's how I feel right now.
Mm.
You guys are being punished. You're being put in the corner. Think about what you've done. Smell it. Stick your nose in it.
I'm the Destiny demigod.
No, you cannot proclaim that for yourself. That is my job.
Like the Nintendo Samurai or something.
It's the Samurai.
It's the you know what? That's gonna be the running joke. Is I just can't tell the difference between Ninja and Samurai because I think I've always had that issue.
On bad days, you're a Samurai, but on good days, you're the Nintendo Ninja. That's how we'll refer to it. Oh, he's being stupid today. He's a Samurai.
Oh.
I don't know how I feel about that connotation.
Okay, so, little bit, our weekly little bitty plug. If you are interested in helping out the MONG podcast from middleofnowheregaming.com, you can go check out our Patreon. There are all kinds of good perks on there.
Guess what, Courtney?
I was gonna say an update on it, Lou. What happened?
I'm not drinking ketchup anymore.
Oh, why?
No.
Why would that happen?
That happened because the $200 pledge got pulled, so I am no longer obligated to do this whole ketchup nonsense. However, if you want to make me eat my smug words, you're always invited to go and donate $200, part of which I'd always be donating to charity.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we're gonna donate part of that charity if we ever get that one. But
Child's Play. Actually, we'll let you pick the charity. As long as it has some sort of tie to something good. It's not like Al-Qaeda.
we're not going to pay for weapons of mass destruction.
Are there Al-Qaeda charities? Is that even a thing?
Did you,
I don't think the word charity can be applied to that.
have you ever seen The Office?
No.
No, not many episodes.
Okay, in one of the later episodes, Dwight tries to put an end to a charity thing by donating to, I think it's like the World Health something or other, which had ties to Al-Qaeda.
Really?
So yeah, that's apparently a thing you can do.
Oh.
That's silly and ridiculous.
So, anything worth mentioning this week, guys?
Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Oh,
Happy,
yeah, that's true.
Turkey Genocide Day.
Turkey Genocide Day. I saw a funny tweet the other day. It said something like, we celebrate Thanksgiving for eating turkeys, but the Pilgrims were originally eating people who played Christmas music in November. I was like, damn.
I mean, it makes sense. That is one of the most annoying things.
Oh, I agree. I love Christmas and all, but no. Hold off on the music. Keep it back until December.
Yeah, I love Christmas. I hate the music, though, so I would prefer if it was just never played, ever.
I just want to skip Black Friday. I've never been a fan of that holiday.
God, I love Black Friday.
Ugh.
Love
you're
Black
so-
Friday, and yeah, but I don't go and try to get the hottest items, or I don't fight over things. Like,
I
if
found
it's
out.
gonna get testy, I'm like, okay, whatever, you can
I
have
told
it.
you I moved, right? Like,
Yeah.
I moved in the beginning because, of course, just school. I'm in Valley Stream, New York. So you guys can track me down and kill me if you want to. However, I am a samurai, so please keep that in mind.
I was gonna say, since samurais and ninjas.
However, I found out that the first ever reported death from Black Friday happened at the Walmart in my Valley Stream.
Oh God.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's hardcore.
Yeah, I am not going to be participating.
Wait, so you mean you own a Valley Stream?
Yes,
or
this is my Valley
at
Stream.
your Valley Stream?
There are other Valley Streams out there, but this one is mine.
That one's yours. Okay.
Just commenting on that, since you're a samurai and all, did anyone else hear about the dude who killed a house intruder with a samurai sword, like, a few years back?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
also where I was.
Oh.
I was in,
I mean, nobody's ever seen you and him in the same room.
I was at Loyola University, Maryland at the time. This happened to Johns Hopkins right down the road.
Oh, wow.
Damn.
Yeah, I just know it was amazing to hear about, because he, like, chopped the dude's head and hand off. And it's like, God dang.
Oh, fuck. That's crazy. I can't even recover from that right now.
I don't think that guy recovered either.
True.
Just weird, newsworthy murders happened to follow me around.
Yeah, well, CIA, don't put two and two together. Or federal
They may be
government.
listening.
Yeah, the federal government, who you are now employed by. Yeah, so worth mentioning for me was that I only slept like a total of now 10 hours since Friday.
He's dying.
I'm dying. I played a shitload of Dragon Age over the weekend instead of doing homework, and then had to cram in 2 8-page papers in about 36 hours, and that required another all-nighter, and then most of last night too. But the good news is everything is handed in on time, completed, and I am now on Thanksgiving break, so I can relax and play Dragon Age and stuff.
It's awesome.
Must feel great.
For sure.
If anyone finds my wallet, then you can send it to me. That explains my absence last week, in case anyone was wondering. I'm sure I had some sort of amazing reason, according to you guys, why I wasn't there.
No, we
Last week, actually,
Oh, cool.
we gave
you
you
just said you were gone, right?
Yeah, I think we said with school or something, or I don't know. We just didn't make any. In fact, I think Miles was like, yeah, it's strange. This time he doesn't have butt cancer. It's not or not because of butt cancer. It was
Or
something
aliens,
like, yeah,
yeah.
or aliens.
Right.
I forgot
Okay.
what we said. I think it was literally just he had school stuff to handle.
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
Okay, so right before the news, we have an iTunes shout out once again. This time we have a 5-star review from CMN Reed or Kermini Reed.
Common read.
Kermit Reed. It says, a great informal podcast on games and gaming by gamers. Good chemistry among the team, and they do their homework. Plenty of insightful commentary, and just plain fun. Check it out. So, thank you, Kermit Reed. CMN Reed. Great review. Thank you again. If anybody else wants to leave a review, you can go to iTunes Store and search for Middle Nowhere Gaming, and it's very, very simple. Apparently, I don't know if I've mentioned this on the podcast yet, but did you know they split up reviews on iTunes based on geographical region?
Huh. Nope.
I remember you mentioning that to me. I'm not sure if it was on the podcast.
Yeah, I think it might have been in chat or something. But yeah, so we have a few reviews from some of our Canadian listeners, and I had no idea where they were because they told me that they did it, but I couldn't see them, and I was like, "No, you're lying." I was like, "I don't see them," and then I got a screenshot of it, and I saw multiple, and I was like, "Wait, what?" It's like I don't see any of those, and come to find out, all of them live in Canada, and I was like, "Oh, well, that's strange." So yeah. We have other reviews that we just can't see on our iTunes store because we're not in Canada. Who knew?
Oh,
Who
fun.
knew?
Fun fact, Canadians. If you want to make me really happy, send me some poutine. I really want to try it.
What's poutine?
I'll link it in chat.
Oh.
It's like a delicious fry concoction that looks like it should be a heart attack, but it also looks really delicious.
Ah, okay. I thought it was going to be something much more risque.
No.
I was like, you want some Canadian porn or some moonshine or what is this?
Do you guys have disco fries by you?
I have no idea what that is.
Don't know what that is.
Okay, well, it's basically poutine, except it's what you call it in Jersey, New York, at the diners here. Diner capital of the U.S. But anyway, besides my blatant ad.
Is it just cheese fries?
What it is
cheese
it's cheese fries with brown gravy on it.
Oh.
And normally the cheese is mozzarella cheese.
So why don't you just make that?
Because I am lazy and I want the original real thing.
Right. And poutine's slightly different. I think instead of mozzarella cheese, they use cheese curds.
That's what it looks like, yeah.
Huh.
We are so derailed right now. I'm sorry.
It doesn't matter.
Oh my god.
So anyways, now that we've made you all really hungry, let's go into the news from nowhere. Lou, start us off.
Starting off with number 1 of how many stories do we have?
8, yeah.
8 stories. 1 of 8 stories. Okay. There's been a lot of Super Smash Bros. News, so this is a couple of subparts. First, some amiibo figures are becoming store exclusive.
Bullshit. Sorry.
Okay.
That's how I feel about that.
Yeah, well, this is gonna happen with at Toys R Us, at GameStop, and at Best Buy. Toys R Us is getting Lucario exclusively, GameStop is getting Shulk exclusively, and Best Buy is getting Meta Knight exclusively.
Okay, so
I will be going to all of them.
So here's what I'm wondering. How did they get to pick? Like, how did that process go down? Did they have to submit bids for them? Or
Out of a hat.
what? Pull it out of a hat?
Out of a hat. Yeah.
Nintendo's just like, here, pick one.
I think they make sense to me, at least. Looking at them, just because
Color.
who would buy Shulk other than someone who would go to GameStop?
Yeah.
Lucario is Pokemon, so it's gonna have the natural kid-ish appeal. Meta Knight is kind of a crapshoot. I don't know why Best Buy got that.
I was thinking Meta Knight because the colors. In fact, I think all of them may be because of the colors. Because Shulk is a maroon, just like Best Buy. Or, I mean, GameStop. I think,
Unless we're talking Naked Shulk.
yeah.
I always
that a
play as
thing?
Naked Shulk. No, not really. It's just shirtless Shulk.
Ah, I see.
Very endearingly named by my friends as Fuckboy.
Oh. Well.
I think we should move on that point.
Yep, next one.
All right, sure thing. Number 2, Mewtwo is to be offered as a paid Smash DLC in the future. Last month, it was revealed that Club Nintendo members who register both Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U will receive Veteran Fighter Mewtwo as free DLC early next year. At first, Nintendo said this was only going to be the only way to obtain Mewtwo, but now we have evidence that this DLC will actually be made available to purchase in the future. As found on Nintendo of Europe's Club Nintendo page, Mewtwo will initially be distributed to those who purchase both versions of Super Smash Bros. And register them on Club Nintendo. Later, the character will be available to those who did not get both versions of the game, though they didn't go into much detail.
I say thank you, because there was no way in hell I was buying both versions. I just, no way. I can't do that. And so this is, and I would definitely want to get Mewtwo. And so if you bundle him in with something, or if you just offer him for like a $2.99 DLC character or something, then I'm all over that.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying $39.99 to get the fucking 3DS version.
It's very good that they're offering this and not just being like, yeah, you either pay, what is that? What are both games combined? Like $80?
No, it'd be 60 plus 40, so 100.
Oh, even more. You either pay $100 or you don't get Mewtwo. It's like, that's dirty.
Meh, I guess. I don't know. I'm the person who does go and buy both of them, and I think a lot of Nintendo fans are the people who go out and buy both of them.
I think you're wrong. I think a lot of Nintendo fans are parents that have families that maybe would buy them both if their kids had a 3DS and they also wanted the Wii U version or something like that. But I think that most of them would probably only get one or have the budget to spend on one of them.
Right. Well, I think that there are people out there who have Nintendo as their primary console. I am certainly not that person. But those are the people who I would see having both. Maybe I'm just talking into my echo chamber.
I mean, what about those people? Like, not everyone's one of those, like, weird people who will buy games for systems they don't have. So, you know, like, what if they have one but not the other? No one goes out and buys games for, like, you know, a Wii U if they don't have one.
Yeah.
That's true. Unless they're me who buys Xbox One games months in advance before he has an Xbox One.
That
was indeed the joke.
Moving on.
It started because I got one for free in the mail by accident.
First one's free.
Yep. Moving on.
Super Smash Bros. For Wii U has officially sold 490,000 copies in the United States during its first 3 days following launch. This is both digital and retail combined. It is now the fastest selling Wii U title in the US ever.
Which is not remotely surprising.
Replaces Mario Kart 8 earlier this year.
Right, it just dethroned that.
Yep. That's crazy. I mean, not surprising, but that's 2 of them this year. That tells you the direction Nintendo's heading right now, and how much better they are this year than they were in the previous few.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the game so far. I just think it oozes polish, and that's something I've been waiting for a lot of games this generation.
Yeah, I've spent very little time with Smash Bros. On Wii U so far since I've been with Dragon Age. I spent about an hour on it over the weekend. But that hour I spent, oh my god, it is so good. It is, like you said, polished. It is perfect. There are so many good things about it. I like it. I like it a lot. And I can't wait to spend more time with it.
Yeah, I don't know if you have the friend group and the amenities and whatnot to get 8-player Smash going, but that is unbelievable. I can't believe I've ever played without doing 8 players. Like, now that is going to become a monthly, if not weekly, event for my friends back home.
No, I imagine it's fun.
Does that have to be local, or is that an online thing?
Nope.
Okay.
It has to be
It's
local.
all local.
Okay.
But there are a million different types of controllers you can use.
True.
So we happened to go there, and not even including the controllers we brought, someone already had 8 controllers for the system.
Oh, damn.
But anyway, moving on. This is the last interesting piece of news. Level 50 Pikachu amiibo came in 17th place in a Smash Bros. Competition. I forget exactly where, but there was a big Reddit post on that. I just think that's really funny. I've been trying out Amiibo within the past 2 or 3 days, and it gets really good.
So for those of us like me who don't follow Nintendo news and don't know what the heck that means that the Pikachu is AI controlled.
Yes.
Yeah,
for those of us who don't understand.
The Pikachu figure is AI controlled, and you get to train it. So people can be training it at home, doing one-on-one fights, fighting them personally. And it gets smarter by the way. It adapts to the way that you actually play and becomes a perfect rival to you. And as it levels up, the stronger it gets, level 50 being the level cap. So it's become a thing among many people, not just this one particularly, where their amiibo will just become much stronger than them.
Yeah, I would actually like to see the top 2 or top 3 people in the Evo for last year for Smash were Mango, Wobbles, and Hungrybox. I would actually really like to see their amiibos go up against people.
That would be really fun, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least
I think
go
they
up
would wreck
against each
house. Yeah.
I watched IGN's video earlier in the week about their
That was so good.
8-player Smash where it was all amiibo fighting each other. That was so cool. It was really, like, what was it, like a low level amiibo won? Like, they had a few in the 40s and they were like some of the first that died.
Yeah,
Well,
it was. Who was it? Go ahead.
Well, the very interesting thing is, like, it doesn't just kind of adapt. It really, really closely adapts to how you play. For instance, if you train it playing normal, like, tournament style, stock mode with no items on Final Destination, it won't understand how to use terrain or how to use items. Or let's say if you're the kind of person who taunts after every kill, and you do that, your amiibo will taunt after every kill.
Oh my god.
This is Skynet.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this is insane. I can't wait to see what they're able to do with it. I'm actually surprisingly really enjoying the amiibo integration, and as bonus features in other games. But I really hope they move this on besides what they've done in Smash. And speaking from this, I might actually have to get going now, guys.
Oh man.
I got into one story.
Yeah. Okay.
It was a lot of talking, but
so you want to tell listeners where you're going real quick so they can...
Oh, yeah. As many of you know, I'm in law school, and I got an offer from my professor that if I go speak with him during office hours and just work out a few kinks about a paper, I won't have to stay until Thursday, and I could go home early for Thanksgiving break. So I might be back in time. We'll see how long this podcast goes, but if I'm back in time, then I'll gladly join on again.
Okay. But before you go, I was going to let you know, since it would be of interest to you. I think I might be getting an amiibo. And if I do, It's going to be Marth, because Marth has always been the character I use. And so I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on that one.
Right. Yeah, I'm kind of questioning whether I wanted Samus to actually be my first one. She's been my favorite too, but it's kind of weird doing Samus v. Samus.
Yeah.
Seeing how I play as Samus. I don't know. I think I normally have a second person. I think I probably should have gotten Link, because Link is always my second go-to.
That's a good idea, yeah. But I mean, I used my Mii so far whenever time I've played. And I made myself as a sword fighter, just like Marth, because that's what I'm used to playing as. But, yeah. Anyways.
All right.
Good luck with your meeting.
Yeah, I'll let you guys know how that is. Anyway, bye everyone.
Bye, Lou. We'll miss you forever.
Mong. Mong. Okie dokie. Next on the news. Activision has announced that Call of Duty, and the franchise, that was conceived in 2013. Yeah, it's brand new series, you guys, Call of Duty. 2003 was when it was conceived. It has achieved over $10 billion in sales revenue for the company.
Jesus Cristo.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. This information arrives on the heels of the publisher also detailing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare as being the highest selling entertainment title of the year compared to anything, whether it's TV shows, books, CDs, or games. That's not surprising. Not surprising in the least.
Nope. Considering how much hype surrounds those games, it's like, okay, that's a lot of money. I'll give them that, but I mean, yay.
Sounds like, it's like every year where news like this comes out about Call of Duty. So,
yeah.
Being as Advanced Warfare was actually really good, and especially when you compare to Ghosts, that's really not surprising.
Nope. But good for you, Activision.
Yes, good for you, Activision, and good for Sledgehammer. Way to go.
And all the other people who make Call of Duty games.
Fuck them.
Okay, never mind.
Next on the news, World of Warcraft, Warlords of Draenor was released last week, 2 weeks ago, sorry.
Draenor.
Oh. Whatever. And has brought some life back to the decade-old massively multiplayer online role-playing game. Which, if you didn't know, that is MMORPG.
I didn't know that.
Oh, that's what that means. Blizzard Entertainment announced that the expansion sold through 3.3 million copies, and that subscriber numbers has raised to over the 10 million mark once again.
Oh.
Yep. World of Warcraft had 7.4 million subscribers at the end of last quarter, so this is a huge increase in the numbers. I remember, it was 2-3 years ago when World of Warcraft was over 10 million, or it was like 11 or 12 or something, and everyone's like, best game ever. And then within a few months, it had gone down to like 6 point something. And everyone's like, oh no, World of Warcraft is ending. It'll never be popular again.
I mean, in all honesty, I actually expect those numbers to drop relatively soon. 'Cause
3 months.
3 months, because all these people are, a lot of WoW players who I've, seen on like Rooster Teeth or other places are like, I just, I saw it and I got that urge to play again. And, that sounds like, to me, like, they're going to play it really hard for like a few days, few weeks, few months, and then they're going to be like, okay, I'm done.
I'm one of those people. I saw it, or I've seen everything about it, and it looks awesome, and I have the urge to play it. I'm not pulling the trigger because of all the other games I have to play, but if I were to play it like I've done in the past, I always buy it when the expansion comes out, play it really hardcore for like a month, and get through all the content, and then over the course of like the next 2 to 3 weeks, I slowly start burning myself out on it. And then by the end of that, I'm like, I never would have played this game again. And then the next expansion comes out. So that's how I am. So they always hook me in for that one, 2 or 3 month, package that you have to purchase to play, subscription. And then after that, I just never renew.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to see the game's not dead, because how much I don't like it, it does serve a very big purpose. And, it was like a landmark title, but yeah.
Yep. Next.
So yeah. All right. So next piece of news, number 4, if you're counting or want to know. In a recent interview with IGN, Turtle Rock Studios' creative director Phil Robb made the announcement that all of Evolve's DLC maps will be available for free. Yes, you heard that right.
Free.
Free. Free. And FRE if you want to say free. So Rob continued on by explaining that Turtle Rock did not believe in segregating the community, which is wonderful. And I quote, "First thing we said was that we can't break the community up. So all of our maps will be free. We never want anyone to get booted off of the server because they haven't bought something. The first DLC for the game will include new monsters and characters that players will have to purchase, however. And another quote, "We'll have characters and monsters, and even if you don't buy them, if your buddy wants to buy the DLC, that's cool, and your game will be enhanced through his purchase. So you won't be able to play as those characters, but you will certainly be able to play with those characters." Which is, again, a really good decision, because not only does that not segregate the community, it also is like a sales pitch, essentially.
Yeah. I mean, this is absolutely a business decision. Evolve does not have a lot of positive vibes going right now because of its big alpha and all the problems that it had. And so, they're making a really, really smart move by saying, hey, we're not going to be like Call of Duty. If you don't buy the map packs, that's fine. We're not going to price them. You're going to get to play everywhere. You're not going to be locked out of everything. Which was always my problem with Call of Duty's multiplayer. I never wanted to buy the map packs and would be left out because all my friends were playing them. And it just sucked. It sucked really bad. And I like the inclusion of other characters. That's really cool that you're going to be able to see like the new monsters and stuff, but you just won't be able to play as them unless you buy them.
Yep. And being topical, they're actually naming their 4th monster right now, and they're doing a poll so you can go and vote. And I think the options are fill space, Courtney.
Okay. Well, then another thing about his quote that I thought was kind of funny was he said, "We never want anyone to get booted off the server because they haven't bought something." It's like, well, first of all, they have to get into the server, so you need to fix that about your game before. So then you could worry about people getting booted off.
Yeah.
Because that was a big problem with the alpha.
Yeah. Oh my god, I don't know where I found that news.
Okay, I could fill a little bit more time then.
Fill time?
There's a PSN sale going on right now. Sony's discounting a bunch of co-op games. There are more than 30 games featuring online and local co-op for up to 65% off or up to 80% off for PlayStation Plus subscribers. You can pick up Bulletstorm for $5, Borderlands 2 for $6.50, Towerfall Ascension for $10.50, Surgeon Simulator for $8. And then Sony is also offering $15 credit for those who spend more than $100 on the PlayStation Store. And that offer will last until December 2nd. Qualifying gamers will receive the purchase, before December, or will receive their voucher before December 15th.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is cool. I like how, Sony seems to be taking cues from Steam and making their sales really good. Because for those of you who don't know, Bulletstorm is pretty good for $5. I mean, it's not long, it's not the best story, but it is fun.
It was really fun when I played it too, and the $5 price tag, not bad at all.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for Bulletstorm. Well, I'm not excited, but I would like to see Bulletstorm 2 come out because that had a really good writing. So,
I agree.
Yeah, but for the Name That Monster contest right now, they've revealed a silhouetted image of the next monster who looks like he is just pure bulk, or it is pure bulk. It's got from the looks of the silhouette, it's got armor plating and stuff. It has pincers and a tail, and it stands at 21 feet tall, which is slightly taller than the Goliath. So, right now, there's 4 monsters. There's the Goliath, the Kraken, there's a third, which has not been revealed yet, and the name options for the 4th one are Juggernaut, Titan, Colossus, and Behemoth. So, yeah.
I don't know which one I like best.
Yeah, I'll send you the picture, because I think... that's actually tough. I think Behemoth or Colossus works best, or as someone put in the writer put, Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster. I like that one. I think we're going to vote for that one.
If it were an option, that'd be wonderful.
There should be a write your own, or write in on the vote, or the ballot.
Overwhelming vote for Rock Lobster.
Yeah. They're like, Turtle's so we kind of had to go with Rock Lobster because apparently that got popular on the internet. We really didn't want to go with this, but it's what the people voted for, so.
Yeah.
Okay. Next on the news, this is some bad, sad, but good news at the same time. Moon Studios' upcoming Xbox One and PC exclusive, Ori and the Blind Forest, has officially been delayed until early 2015.
Womp, 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 womp.
According to the game's official website, the studio needs just a little bit more time in order to add a final layer of polish to what they hope will be an unforgettable gaming experience. Ori and the Blind Forest was officially announced at E3 2014, and it's a Metroidvania type game that focuses on platforming and lesser RPG components, said to take influence from classic titles like Super Metroid and The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This is one of the mini games, and I put mini in quotations, that Xbox fanboys have been using as ammunition against Sony fanboys, PlayStation fanboys for the past 6 months. Like, we have so many awesome exclusives coming out. Halo the Master Chief Collection, which has been a disaster, I want to add. Ori and the Blind Forest, which now isn't coming out. It's not been the fall that everybody wanted it to be. However, that does come with an asterisk next to it saying that Sunset Overdrive was damn good. Mm-hmm. Damn good. So that's awesome.
Yeah. I still don't understand fanboy. Well, I understand fanboyism. I don't understand fanboy loyalism, because it's like they're video games. Why don't you just play all of them that you can because they're fun? Like
Flame War stuff.
Yeah, I don't understand. Sony's the I understand if you want to say Sony's the best console in my opinion. I don't understand Sony's the best console ever, and Xbox players can go stuck on their weenus and stuff. Yeah, so it's just I don't understand that. But, if they're delaying it for final layers of polish, as they put, and what they hope will be an unforgettable gaming experience, I can't blame them for that. That's a good move.
Yeah, if it's going to make it a better game, then absolutely.
Especially after this, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I basically was going to say what you were just about to say, is that after this past month of horrible, unpolished releases.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a really good game, then take your time. Release it whenever it's ready. That way, then Xbox players can experience an awesome game like that.
Definitely. And, what is this? Is this Moon Studios' first game? I'm trying to check, but it took me to High Moon Studios.
Yeah, that's what I just saw too.
This is their first game, so they definitely needed to be good.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Okay, moving on.
Moving on to Story 6.
Another Xbox exclusive.
Another Xbox exclusive, but this is good news. After the game's announcement at E3 earlier this year, Platinum Games' Scalebound has just recently been trademarked. Although the trademark was applied back in May in South Africa, the United States application was submitted yesterday for some reason. Speak of the devil. And the reasoning for this is unclear. Never mind. Other news we got from the document is that trademark includes both Class 9 games and Class 41 online games, indicating that Scalebound could potentially have an online component.
That's
Good.
awesome. I mean, I really, really liked the Scalebound trailer at E3.
Yeah.
So.
Although, is that really surprising that it could have an online game component?
No.
Yeah, I seem to remember them mentioning that.
Well, I mean, I guess if it wasn't mentioned, then it could be technically considered surprising. I just don't think it's surprising in the industry today when any game has any sort of online component.
I seem to remember just seeing like an image where it was like, the dude when he has this dragon armor on or whatever, it's like green. I remember an image where like there are multiples and they have like green, red, and pink and blue, I think.
Yeah, that could be a thing. I'm not aware of what you're talking about, but that sounds like something.
I'm not aware of what I'm talking about.
Well, okay. Next on the news, Telltale Games officially revealed last night that Tales from the Borderlands is releasing this week. That's just how badass that studio is. They don't have to tell you 6 months in advance or 2 years in advance that a game's coming. They can literally be like, hey, go buy our game in 6 hours. It's coming out.
Yeah.
I was
at the PlayStation Store earlier. It's there.
Yep. The studio confirmed that the first episode of the series, titled Zero Sum, and the O in zero has a zero, so Zero.
So probably zero.
Yeah.
The character.
Will release today for PC, PlayStation 4, and PS3. And then Xbox One version will be released tomorrow, November 26th. And then the Xbox 360 version will release on December 3rd, alongside the PS3 and PS4 release in Europe that same day. So that's good news. While I'm not as excited for Tales from the Borderlands as I am for Game of Thrones, I love Telltale so much. So I am going to play this. I can't wait for it. But man, give me that Game of Thrones game.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching Total Biscuit do a little bit of his, review or preview, one of his WTF Is series earlier today, and it looks interesting. He gave it wasn't like a sterling or shining review, but he said it was pretty good. So
I saw a review wrap up thing. You know how some websites do that, where they go around to all the websites and find out what all the review scores are, and they just list them all.
Yeah.
And so far, everything I've seen, it's like 9.5, 9.5, 9.5, 9.8, 9.8, 9.2.
Nice.
I'm just like, damn, that's really good.
Yeah.
And I saw somebody's tweet earlier today. It may have been IGN's, for who was reviewing it. Was it Marty or somebody?
Yeah, Marty Sleva.
And he said something about how, look out for my review later today. Something hints, really good, really funny, great writing or something like that. I was just like, damn, I can't wait. Love Telltale. Okay.
Oh, well, apparently the demo for the Tales from the Borderlands is up on the PlayStation Store for the PS3 for whatever reason, and so is the Guilty Gear XR demo. I'm kind of sad I didn't notice that earlier.
Wait, they have a demo for Tales from the Borderlands?
Apparently, I was looking for the Guilty Gear demo in the crew beta, but no, there it is.
What would a demo of a Telltale game include?
I guess you just play either a certain part of the first part or first episode, or you, I guess, play from the beginning to like the climax, and then it stops. So you're like, I have to know.
Yeah, that's weird. Oh, so season pass is $19.99. Just saw that.
Yep.
So you can get that. Oh, hey, more Tales of Hearts are DLC.
Yeah, there's a lot of that today.
Sorry, now we're both going through the store, apparently.
I'll move on.
Okay.
Next story is mine. Namco Bandai announced that Dark Souls 2, Scholar of the First Sin, will be released for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PC, PS3, and Xbox 360 on April 7th, 2015. The re-release of the game, which is Dark Souls 2, of course, that will finally launch on current generation consoles, will include several improvements. All platforms, as in all platforms will be getting this. All 3 DLC packs will be included in the game, additional NPCs added to enhance the story experience, parameter adjustments for improved game balance, augmented item descriptions, improved online matchmaking functionality, and just for the PC, Xbox One, and PS4, additional upgrades to graphics, sound, and performance, and increase in maximum online players in single session, which will be 6 total.
That's, not surprising news. Sorry, what were you saying?
It's not surprising, but it's like, why would they put that out right after Bloodborne?
It's 2 months later after Bloodborne.
Is it?
Yeah, because Bloodborne got delayed.
Yes, it doesn't come out till March 26th, right?
Oh god, yeah, that is weird. I didn't think...
It's like they gave it like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean... It is the same company who develops it, but it's being published by 2 different people. One's being published by PlayStation, and the other's being published by Namco Bandai. And so that's probably where that plays in, is they're different publishers competing with each other, even though it's the same developer.
Yeah, I guess so.
So that
seems weird, though.
It is. No, I agree. It's weird. Because one of them's PlayStation exclusive, and the other one's going to be on Xbox and PC platforms. So like that's definitely where there's a different way to look at it. But I am getting Bloodborne, speaking of that.
Definitely.
And when I saw this news about Dark Souls 2 being on PS4, I call me crazy, but I actually started considering buying it on PS4 just because it's going to have all the stuff and it's going to be on PS4 and beautiful and it's like, maybe at that point I won't have as many games to catch up on. I say that, not going to be the case, obviously. It's just...
Clearly, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even more so because next semester is going to be my final semester at KU, and so I'm going to be like, I'm going to have my huge senior project and everything to work on, and it's going to be a mess. But anyways, it is cool that it's coming to PS4. I know the Dark Souls series has a huge fan base.
Yeah.
Don't sound so disappointed.
I mean, I just, like, personally, I'm not going to pick it up, but that's also because I'll have Bloodborne, and I just don't really... I mean, I love Dark Souls, but I don't really want to play 2 if I'm going to be playing Bloodborne.
Yeah. So. Now, like, maybe if it's on sale during the summer and you beat Bloodborne months ago, maybe.
Maybe.
But you're also the kind of guy who doesn't play a game after you've seen the ending. Well, I guess it's not really a story game.
It depends on the game also. Like Destiny, I mean, I saw the ending. I'm still playing that, but...
But was that the ending? Or...
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I mean, I probably won't pick it up. I'll just say it like that.
Yeah. All right, so that wraps up all 8 stories on our News from Nowhere for this episode, and we will move into the review wrap-up. First on the list, Miles.
All right. So 1 out of 5 is the Grand Theft Auto 5 current gen, so PS4 and Xbox One, which was reviewed by our own Matt Southwell. It'd be weird if he wasn't writing for us. He gave it a 9.7 out of 10.
Okay, so hold on. When I was putting that into this doc, I pulled a dyslexic moment and I was like, oh man, he gave it a 7.9? Holy crap, how could it have gotten worse?
Well, I mean, in all honesty, I've heard some interesting comments on the first person mode, and I've actually seen it firsthand. It's kind of brutal. Like, I know some people from IGN were like, it actually gave them pause, because it's like, I don't want to see that, and it makes you really think about what you're doing, because it's like, it is really, that game in first person is like, it's hilarious in third person, but first person, it's just like, God, this is awful and brutal, and you have to have a stomach for that.
It's less of a game. It's more real when you're first person.
Yeah, but anyway, In Matt Southwell's words, Grand Theft Auto 5 still remains one of the best sandbox games of all time. The size, scope, and detail of the world is unprecedented in video games, and any future open-world game should use GTA 5 as an inspiration for what is within the realms of possibility. GTA 5 looked great before, but now it looks even better on the new consoles. If you haven't played it before, this is the best way to experience it. With the fantastic new first-person mode, online issues aside, fantastic new first-person mode, online issues aside, this is an amazing game and one that everyone must experience at least once. Whether or not it is worth paying another $60 is subjective. But coming from someone who was not going to buy the game again up until 2 weeks ago, I have thoroughly enjoyed my decision to revisit San Andreas and will continue exploring it for many hours more.
Then that's another game where I constantly said don't like Grand Theft Auto and don't want to play it or whatever. But now that it's out on current gen, I'm like, whenever it goes on discount, I might pick it up. I might want to play that sometime.
It would have to be a heavy discount. Like, I enjoy Grand Theft Auto, but normally it just devolves.
Yeah.
It's just me. And to me, just, running around destroying things. So it's like, I don't want to pay, like, more than $10 for that.
Okay. Next on our reviews is the new Legend of Zelda Mario Kart 8 DLC, which was reviewed by Lucy. She gave it an 8.7 out of 10. She said Mario Kart 8 is the best kart racer ever made, and it just got better. Sure, the Mario Kart 8 Legend of Zelda DLC pack might be lacking in the Legend of Zelda department, but that doesn't stop it from being fun, fast, and frantic. It might not be quite as polished as Mario Kart 8, but the incredible value for the money makes up for it. I can't believe I'm saying this. Bring on Super Smash Kart. I have not had a chance to play the DLC yet, but I will be purchasing it as soon as I, get around to it.
What all does...
It's got...
it's just Link as a character, isn't it?
No, it's got a lot more than that.
Oh, okay.
I'll pull it up real quick, if I can. Here we go. It's got... Tanuki Mario, Cat Peach, and Link. And then it's got new carts, the Blue Falcon, B-Dasher, Master Cycle, which is Legend of Zelda, Tanuki carts, Triforce tires, the Hylian Kite, and then it's got 8 new tracks, Yoshi Circuit, Excite Bike Arena, Dragon Driftway, Mute City, Wario's Gold Mine, a new Rainbow Road, Ice Outpost, and Hyrule Circuit.
Oh, so okay.
Oh, and then if both DLC packs are pre-ordered or purchased at the same time, you'll get 8 new colors for Yoshi and Shy Guy.
Okay, so that's cool. All right. It's more than I thought it was, but then again, I also don't have a Wii U, nor do I care for that game. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
It's just me. But. All right. So, our third review comes from Aaron Dobb, and he gave Hatsune Miku Project Diva F second. This is gonna be one hell of a thing to read through.
That's a mouthful.
He gave it an 8.7 out of 10. We got a lot of 0.7s this week. I love this game. With with Hatsune Miku, Sega has demonstrated that they know exactly what makes a rhythm game great. And it's not bulky plastic peripherals. Rather, it's great music, simple inputs, well-made note charts that match the personality of the song, and a good dose of tough but fair challenge. Compared to the previous game, it's largely more of the same, but Sega was smart enough to not fix what wasn't broken. Is it for everyone? Of course not. The rhythm genre is somewhat niche now that Guitar Hero and the like have fallen out of favor, but as long as you don't hate the sound of Japanese language or the sound of the Vocaloids' voices, which for those of you who don't know, think heavily... what's that? What's the thing that rappers always use nowadays?
Oh. Autotune?
Autotune. Think like heavily autotuned and mogrified and all that.
Yeah.
Anyway, sound of the Japanese language or the sound of Vocaloid's voices, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by the quality of the music. And if you already agree that the voices of Hatsune Miku and friends have graced some of the most creative, catchy music produced in the last decade, well, what are you hanging around here for? You want to play the game as soon as possible. So yeah, I'm sure millions of anime fans were rushing to pick this up.
Oh yeah, it has to be a popular game. I know because it keeps coming out. It seems like.
I guess I don't know which one Project Diva F second is. I can't pin which number in the series.
Yes, I mean I'm not a fan of the series. I've never played it. I do know it has a fan base, a big fan base. I know people are crazy about not only the game, but the Vocaloid whole issue, the whole thing about it. I had a conversation with a few people about that a few months ago. Whenever I think it was her and her band appeared on a late night show. It was like David Letterman or something. They were the singer that night or whatever. And so there's a very passionate fan base. So I'm not surprised that the game does well.
Yeah.
Sticking with the Japanese themed games, I finished up my review for Tales of Hearts R. I gave it an 8.4 out of 10. And it said, Tales of Hearts R was an absolute delight to play both on Vita and PlayStation TV. It uses everything the series is adored for, from its silly jokes and anime tropes to its charming story to its addicting battle system. It had everything I wanted in a handheld Tales game. The lack of an English dub and random encounter battles hurt the overall product a little bit, but not enough to skip the game. If you're looking for a great traditional JRPG on your Vita, this is the one.
I actually plan to pick this up. It's one of my first Vita games.
I can't say it enough. It's really, really good traditional JRPG. It's not got anything crazy about it. It's very straightforward, very classic style of missions and side quests and battles and all that. And it's a really good game. I really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I will tell you what I think of it once I pick it up. All right, our last review comes from Caleb Archambault. Archam.
I want to say Archambault.
Archambault.
Doesn't that sound like it would be a name, like Archambault? But I don't know.
Caleb, you work with us. Tell us how to say your name. He reviewed Assassin's Creed Rogue for us, and he gave it an 8.5 out of 10. The game shines strongest in its short campaign and in its score, music, for the unlearned of us. With familiar faces from Assassin's Creed 3, Black Flag, and Unity, this is a story that shouldn't be missed, but still feels too much like Black Flag. With added features like the salvage ship option and oil slick, and the naval combat feels fresh, but not by much. But it is not is not as compelling to collect everything in the game. Short and succinct.
I'm looking forward to playing Rogue. Looking forward to playing Unity too. However,
it's fixed.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna take my time when I'm gonna wait until everything is handled, everything's fixed and perfect, and then I'm gonna play them. And I'm gonna play Rogue first and then Unity. So yeah, I really liked 3 in Black Flag. So
now Rogue is the one that came out just for last gen systems, right?
Yep, it's the one you can't play.
I'm alright with that. I don't really like Assassin's.
Okay, so that wraps up the 5 games that we reviewed the past week. Look out for more reviews coming this week. Hopefully Dragon Age and Far Cry and what else came out?
A lot of stuff.
There's all kinds of stuffs. Before we move on to the listener questions, I thought I would bring up a tweet I just saw. Justin Davis from IGN had tweeted, "Hey, Troy Baker, I thought you weren't in Dragon Age Inquisition," and attached some photos to it of somebody who created a character that looks just like Troy Baker. Oh, it's so funny. I'll send you the link in our chat. But yeah, so if anybody wants to go look that up, go look up Justin Davis on Twitter. He's at ErrorJustin. That looks just like Troy.
Wow.
That is so good.
Troy Baker.
That is so good. Okay, so moving on to the listener questions. Toonday sent us in a question once again, and he asked, since pretty much all of this year's games have been released, what are your picks for Game of the Year? I think I already know Courtney's cough Dragon Age cough. Also, if you are doing a Dragon Age spoiler cast, I would love to participate in that. Toonday, if we end up doing that, I will absolutely invite you into that. That would be fun. However, Game of the Year picks, let's see. We need to set some sort of parameter to this. For instance, don't pick just one because we don't want to tell anybody what our, game of the year kind of thing is. We're going to do voting, official MONG voting for game of the year, towards the end of next month. And so, we'll talk about that whenever it gets time to be that. But, so let's just mention a few that will definitely be in that for us.
I only really have 2, so I'm not going to actually say anything.
Well, I mean, I think Dragon Age is going to be in that. There's no way it can't be. Super Smash Bros. Is going to be in that. Sunset Overdrive is going to be in that. Destiny is going to be in that. Then Mario Kart 8 will be in that. Let's see.
Half-Life 3.
Half-Life 3. I can't think of any more from the beginning of the year. The only one I could think of was Mario Kart that really, really stood out, Infamous Second Son won't, although it might be considered. It might be in the conversation, but I don't think it'll make it to the voting.
First Light? I don't know.
First Light won't know. The Wolf Among Us, I bet that will be there.
Yeah.
Because it seems like Telltale always has a game in there.
Definitely Akiva's Trip, Undead and Undressed. That has to be a part of the game of the year proceedings.
You're going to get a very vengeful message from Aaron.
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just okay.
Yeah, you are. You're saying it's not for you. You're saying it's not for you.
It's not for me, and it probably won't be comparing to like Dragon Age and stuff. There you go.
Yeah. But yeah, those...
If you message me angrily, Aaron, I'll fire you.
You don't have that power.
I know I don't, but I'll make it. Make it happen.
I won't fire you. Don't worry. Go ahead and yell at him. Wolfenstein: The New Order might be in there too, because that came out of nowhere. That one surprised a lot of people.
True.
But like, I don't know. You obviously know what I've played this year if you've paid attention. You know the games that I've really enjoyed. What?
Rise.
I would love for games like Tales of Xillia 2 to be there, but it's not
going to happen.
Yeah, there's no way in hell. Hell will freeze over and then thaw back out before that ever happens. But yeah, I guarantee that Dragon Age and Super Smash Bros. Are probably going to be the 2 top for most people. And then that second tier is probably going to be Destiny and
Sunset?
Maybe Sunset Overdrive, maybe Mario Kart. I think Mario Kart might be left behind because it's been so long since it was released. Which is why I have a feeling that even Call of Duty could be there, but I doubt it. But I get the feeling that Destiny and Sunset Overdrive, Dragon Age, those games are all going to be at the top. Super Smash Bros. Those are going to be the ones that everyone's competing for.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that's how I feel about that.
There you go, Tunde. And if we ever have a spoiler cast, you will be invited.
And John Job Tunk, you did not get back to us last week or this week about how to pronounce your name.
I'm personally calling you out, John Joby, Tunke, whatever your name is. You tell us how to pronounce your name. Also, by the way, we should do like a Dragon Age multiplayer thing at some point.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree.
I still want to try that out.
A Let's Play thing? Like a few episodes or something? Or videos or a video?
Doesn't even have to be a Let's Play. It could just be like us just
play.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down with that too. I just thought that's what you meant. Like, let's do like we need to record it and show everybody.
No, because it's like the same that we still need to raid. That's never going to happen. Though.
Yeah, it's true. Oh man. So, anyways, let's move on to the game releases this week. If anybody checks out that story every single week that I release on Mondays, you'll have noticed that this week I changed a lot of formatting on it. I reorganized the order in which the consoles are listed. And I also added in graphics above each of the console families. And so at the top of it, it has a PlayStation banner, and then it has PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and then PlayStation Vita. And then there's an Xbox banner, and it has Xbox One, and then Xbox 360. And then there's a Nintendo banner, and then there's Wii U and 3DS. And then there's a banner that has a symbol for Macs, PCs, and then Linux, or whatever, Linux, whatever fucking... And then it has all the PC games listed below that. I felt like it was a little bit boring and it needed some spicing up, and so I wanted to add something in to make it cooler, added in those banners, and then reorganized everything from current gen to the oldest version. So, but anyways, I didn't have the Tales of Borderlands news when this was released, so that's not on these, but however, we did tell you earlier what consoles it's coming out on and when. So besides
Today.
that, what?
Today.
Yeah, today. Well, not on Xbox.
Oh yeah, tomorrow.
On PlayStation 4, we've got Akiba's Trip, Undead and Undressed, Aqua Kitty, Milk Mine Defender DX, which is cross-buy.
Yay.
Geometry Wars 3, Dimensions, Speak Easy, and Thomas Was Alone, which is a 3-way cross-buy. On PlayStation 3, we've got Boxing, which is a PS1 classic, Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions, and Jetpack Joyride Deluxe. On PlayStation Vita, we've got Aqua Kitty, Milk Mine Defender DX, which was the cross-buy game, Boxing, which is the PS1 classic, and then Jetpack Joyride Deluxe, and then my favorite of the Vita games, Pocket RPG. I don't know what it is.
Is that sarcastic?
But it looks interesting. I saw some pictures for it. And,
it'll probably be fun.
It doesn't look like the best game in the world by any means, but it looks interesting. You know, it looks like a little bitty fun game to play. Oh, it's on Google Play and iTunes also. Is that a...
No,
it is.
It's probably fun enough.
Huh. Cool. So, moving on.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to handle Xbox One, take 360 down.
If you want me to, I can.
I mean, if not, I'll just take the
Go
rest.
ahead.
Yeah, there's not much. Never mind, I'll take the rest. For Xbox One, you got Geometry Wars 3, Dimensions, Monopoly Plus, and that's it. For Xbox 360, you got Geometry Wars 3, Dimensions, and that's it. For Wii U, you get Thomas Was Alone. That's it. 3DS, you get Persona Q, Shadow of the Labyrinth. I wish that was coming out for other systems, but that is it for you. PC, with the most interesting names and the longest list as per usual. Space Salvager, EverQuest 2, Altar of Malice, because, you know, people are still playing that. Geometry Wars 3, Dimensions. Warhammer 40k, Armageddon. Raven's Cry. Congo. Atajruba?
I have no idea.
ATA, JRUBAH. There you go. Joe Devers. Oh, okay. Joe Devers Lone Wolf HD Remastered. Wow, that's a lot of little extra stuff at the end. Wings of Vi. Rugby Union Team Manager 2015. I said it, I was like, Ruby Union? What is this? Team Manager? This must be wrong. And last but not least, Foresight. So there you go.
So, Atajruba is an Arabic word meaning an experience. It is set in the 1930s and 1940s era, which is an era, by the way, and is strongly influenced by Arabian folklore and architecture. The world is open for players to explore either on their own or with their friends. Using the Oculus Rift for full immersion, the player will discover hidden secrets and deadly enemies in a colorful and rich fantasy world. Up to 30 players can join each other in adventuring, crafting, trade, exploration, and combat against each other or hostile creatures such as bandits, ghoul, and jinn. Well, who knew? Who knew?
That, it looks like something.
Yep. So apparently the Oculus Rift is out. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't keep up with that stuff.
Yeah, peripherals.
So now that we're at the end, I forgot to mention this at the beginning. I was going to mention it in the stuff that's been going on worth mentioning. I played Minecraft for the first time this weekend. Yeah, that happened.
Oh. What'd you think?
Well, let me preface it by saying it was Erica, my girlfriend's 21st birthday, and so she wanted to drink and stream. And I was like, okay, well, let's do it. And then so we decided to stream Minecraft, playing for the first time, both of us. And we played it for about an hour and a half or 2 hours or whatever, and I loved it. It was really, really fun.
Yep.
Some random guy joined us. I don't know who he was, and I don't know if he was a part of the stream, if he was watching and commenting. There were some people commenting and having fun, like Evan. Thank you, Evan, for joining. We were building after we died the first time from a zombie thing, or I don't even remember if I died from a zombie or if I fell off a tree. Something happened. But once eventually I got a hang of the whole mechanics and placing stuff and building some things, and I decided that I wanted to build a fort, and so I picked a tall tree to build the fort on top of, and I built this giant platform. Me and this guy who joined us, I don't know who he was again, but I called him my slave, and that I was a king. I was treating him as my slave, and so I started building this giant platform on the top of a tree. And he started helping me. And then I was like, we need a better way to get up here. And so I started building this giant, pyramid-like, stair system to get up there. And it was awesome. But at that point I was starting to get drunk, and then we ended up, after I finished the stairs, I was like, okay, I've got to log off here. I don't want to fuck anything up. I need to save it. That way I don't lose this. Yeah, so my first experience with it was really, I can see why a lot of people like it. God, it's so addicting.
Yes, it is. Especially if you're playing with people.
Mm-hmm. I can see myself streaming that probably more often in the near future. It's a fun game to stream. Okay, so that wraps up episode 61 of the Middle of Nowhere Gaming Podcast. Thank you all for listening. We record on Tuesday afternoons normally, so if you want to get a question in or a comment, you send it in before Tuesday afternoon at contact.mong@gmail.com. You could find us on Twitter, where you should follow us at mong.com, all spelled out mong.com. And you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/mongnetwork, where I think we're up to our record high in subscribers on YouTube now. Remember like 6 months ago or so when we had to switch YouTube channels? And so that meant that we lost all of our subscribers because they didn't all transfer over. And so now we have surpassed the old subscriber total, and we're now to 191 subscribers. So that's good. Thank you all for subscribing.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And you can find us on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram by searching for Middle of Nowhere Gaming. Oh, man. This was a good week. I'm ready to play Dragon Age and Super Smash Bros. And stuff for the rest of the week because it's Thanksgiving. Going to be relaxing. You going to be gaming all week?
I mean, probably.
Probably.
So, yeah, Dragon Age and Guilty Gear and et cetera, et cetera.
The Guilty Gear demo?
Yeah, I mean, I want to play it because I'm not good at fighting games, but I really do enjoy them, so I want to see if it's worth picking up.
Cool. All right, so you could find us both on Twitter. Well, I guess you could find Lou, but should we really give him a shout-out?
He was on the episode.
Fine. You can find me at Osborne_2009. You can find Miles at
Furious Milk.
And you can find Lou at Lou
Cantown.
Okay. Only one Lou in there, and no can, like I was saying. Do what he said. Mong?
Keep it milky, folks.
I was gonna say, you didn't say it. I didn't hear your saying yet.
Oh, there you go. It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen. It's a thing now.
Every episode. Keep it milky.
You say that before you go to bed so that you remember it every day? Like, okay, gotta remember to say keep it milky today. Keep it milky.
It's not that difficult of a catchphrase.
No, it's just a remembering to say it thing. It's not what it is, but remembering to say it.
No, I only say it for this. It's like a once a week thing. I'll remember it.
Okay. It would be funny if you started using it elsewhere.
I probably will, to be honest.
Checking out and convenience store, going through a McDonald's drive-thru. Hey, keep it milky, bro.
I'm talking to a girl at the club. She's into me. Just keep it milky.
Keep it milky, babe.
All that interest. All that interest just left.